When the class first started, I told you that there would be projects in each unit. There would be Word, which you're doing, finishing up your research paper. In Excel, we're going to do a trip budget, and you already have a lot of some of the information that you need on this. And then in PowerPoint, we're going to do a PowerPoint project. But as far as the trip budget, let me open up. Your guidelines are right here under this module. And if I open up these guidelines, one of the things that the first questions you're going to ask is, when are these due? So I'm going to open up, I have the syllabus open up here. And take a look at your syllabus. Today, you're going to send me the information on the trip, the location and the dates and times. Some of you already did it through the Outlook session, so you can use that same information. Oops, I'm sorry, it went back up to the top. Then if you look here on your syllabus, check your syllabus out real quick. This is going to be different for different classes. But a rough draft is due, in this class it's due November 17th. And then the final project is due on the 24th of November. So check that real closely before you go any too far so that you know what you need. Now, one of the biggest things on the instructions is this must be a 3-day seminar, and it must be related to your major. I'm going to check your major and see that it is related to your major. No vacations, sorry. But because I want you to see how much it costs for a company to send you to places like this. If you have problems finding a trip, then please contact me right away. I'll help you find one. We can get online and find it pretty quickly. The kind of information you're going to need is the daily food cost. You're going to need to go online and find restaurants in the area where the seminar is and get prices of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes it says that the seminar includes your meals. Please don't take that for granted. I want you to find the prices of meals because you're going to need it for your spreadsheet. And on a separate sheet, you're going to give me the price, the restaurants. Then you're going to need to go find the registration cost for the seminar. Then how much is it going to cost to rent a hotel room? Once again, if it says that the registration includes a hotel, I still want you to find a hotel close to there. The transportation cost. Please, you have one of the following: either a plane ticket or a car rental or a train ticket or calculations to drive. What that tells you is it needs to be out of Fresno. Okay, so if you go for a plane ticket, you don't have to plan on renting a car and how much it's going to cost you to rent a car. Just one transportation cost, a plane ticket or a train ticket, not a car rental then also. And any other information that you can think of. Some people include spending money, especially if the seminar is in Las Vegas. So they include something like that. And you must provide the total cost for the trip. So I want you to total it. And looking here, these are some of the Excel features that we want you to include. And you're going to look at these more and more if you look at all of these. So you're going to have a header, footer, you're going to have a title, identifying the location of the event, and all these other informations. And boy, I probably just put half of you into a panic because you see some things here like formulas and cell references, and don't worry about it. We're going to go through these before this project is due. Okay, so the formatting, the big thing is the destination needs to be seen, and you need to be creative and professional. Now, I have several samples for you under your modules. When you go to your module for this, and let me find it, right here, Trip Budget Samples. When you click on that, there are 4 samples here. You can use any of them. You can use a combination. You don't have to use them at all. Use your own. But I'm going to show you these. I've got them opened up here. So this one, he's going to Montana State University for the Center for Health and Safety Culture. And he's got a chart here. And as you see, he's got a chart. He's got his titles. He's got the coloring. He's got all of the information that is required. This is wrap text right here because it's one cell. And he's got his totals right here. He's got all of the totals that he needs. It's all nice and compact. That's what it's going to cost him to get there. Now, the next one, this one is a lot like what we've been doing on the order form. He's got his titles here. He's got his rotated titles here. He's got colors. He's got a different color here. Here's his total tax. Here is a chart. And he's got all this information. There's the tax rate. So you need to find the tax rate for wherever it is that you're planning on going, because we'll be using that. So that's a pretty simple one, nice and easy to set up. This one is a lot more colorful. This guy's going to New Orleans. And you notice how I say that? I've got a lot of relatives down there, and they pronounce it New Orleans. So I have a tendency to do that too. But this is another way that you can set it up. He's got a nice fancy chart here. You don't have to be that fancy, but it's nice if you do. You can see the travel is 87% of his cost just by looking at that chart. And the registration for the seminar is 10%. The food is 3%. My problem is he didn't include hotel. So we don't have hotel in his chart. Anyway, this is a nice sample too. There's another sample here. This one is going to Nashville, and you can see this is nice and simple. I don't understand why it says trip total here. This should be meal total. This one should be lodging total. This one should be transportation total, because the grand total here is $1,600. And this is a chart. But what does 1, 2, 3, 4 mean? I know it's by colors here, but we need to work on that. Oh, and they added this. Remember how I said information? This is their don't forget chart. So they remember to take these things with them on the trip. Okay, so that's what your trip budget is going to be. Now today, what you have due today on this one is just the chart, the seminar location. And there's informations here. I want your major, the name of the seminar location, website you're using to get the information, and any research that you have. It does not have to be in Excel, but it can be if you want to. All right? So, and then we'll talk a little bit later. And right here, if you see this, copy and paste the restaurant URLs on a second sheet. So when you go into Excel, remember how I told you how to do that? I'm opening up Excel real quickly here. When you're in Excel, you're going to have the bulk of your data here on this sheet, spreadsheet. Down here in the bottom left-hand corner, you can add a new sheet. And on that new sheet is where you're going to put, let me put this over here, where it says here, copy and paste the restaurant URLs, so every restaurant you're planning, and put them on sheet 2, if you're already entering them on Excel. Otherwise, just make a list of them. You can put all your hotels in here and the URL that you're using. And you can also put the URL that you're finding right here, the URL for the seminar. Okay, so that'll get you a good start. Don't worry about doing too much on it. Today, I only want the scratch information. If you don't have all of your restaurants, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I want you to have the bulk of this information, but you don't have to have every single bit of it. Okay? All right.